I go. Made a promise to my mother, it's okay, cause I'm gon' die for this. I put my mind to this. Watch all these people, how they treat you, got no time for it. I fear no evil, got my demons, I'm just fine with them. And all these people think they know me, it don't matter to me, cause I'm gon' die for this. I put my mind to this. Watch all these people, how they treat you, got no time for it. I fear no evil, got my demons, I'm just fine with them.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the 3 Point Stance podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kaleb Everhart. We got my guy, all USFL, snubbed, D. Gray.
Crazy.
And we got none other than 7th round pick Spencer Anderson joining the show with us today. How
Twin, what's up, Twin?
What's going on?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. First of all, before we do that, man, let's pay our homage, dog. Go ahead, Kaleb, to our guy.
Yeah, we
passed away today.
We received some tragic news last night in the passing of Clark Haggans. He was a Super Bowl 40 champion, and he was a big part of the Steelers' defenses in those years with Clark and Joey Porter Sr. It's just a sad loss. You know, the Steelers have suffered quite a few losses this past year between Dwayne Haskins, Franco, and now Clark Haggans. So it's sad to see. He's a Super Bowl champion, great man, great human. Nothing but prayers for his friends and family.
Yeah, we had to get that out there, man, because that's very necessary, man. But why I'm so excited about this episode, I got my guy, man. I think it's our first Maryland guy on the show this year, man. Our first Maryland guy on the show. So, man, come on, man. You know we're going to talk our mess today, man. You know what I mean? Got the DMV cats in the building. Got the Met Canada system guys in this building. Like, come on, man. We're going to raise the bar today, baby. Raise the bar.
Yeah, sir. Yeah,
by the way, I got to order me a 74 jersey for this weekend's game when I come into the stadium this week with my 74 jersey on.
Yeah, you got good luck. Good luck going to the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's cool, man. You know, I got here, Coach Canada, like you said, we played for Coach Canada. When I got here, it was all love. It's funny, the playbook, it's not all the same, but, every now and then, like, you'll hear, like, a term like, oh, that sounds familiar. But it's kind of, like, different or whatever. But it's funny, just one Coach Canada, and a lot of guys, they don't know that Coach Canada was at Maryland.
Yeah.
And, we had that Maryland connection. And then the first person I ran into when I got here, player-wise, was Ant Mac.
Ant Mac. I knew it. I had a feeling. Ant Mac. That's crazy.
I was going in to get fitted for my helmet, and I walk in the equipment room, and Ant Mac right there, I'm like, oh, it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been a while. So,
that's crazy, bro. Because when I was there, man, A. Brooks and Ant Mac just came in as rookies, and I was like, man, we bring the whole squad up here now. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, dog. Then me being with the Titans, I had Chig with me, and then what's the defensive boy? Sam with me. Sam was with me. The D-line, so me with me in the Titans.
Yeah, Chance too, didn't you?
Chance is with me as well. Chance before he went to Ole Miss. Chance is with me as well. So, man, with the Titans. So, it was crazy, dog, seeing how many Maryland guys, man. The proof is in the pudding. Maryland is the way to go if you want to win championships. Done deal. Don't want to argue with you. There's no argument to that. DMV is where you want the best players.
I can't even tell you how many arguments I have with all these guys in the locker room. Maryland this, Maryland that. They're like I hear stuff from Keanu or Nick. TJ. I was arguing with TJ last week. Maryland sucks, bro. I'm like, you played like 2017, 2016. I don't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah. I was there then. Hold on. Hold up. Yeah, though, man.
You just be arguing, who's the best, and I be telling them like Big Ten West. Big Ten West is. I was like, tell me the last time the Big Ten West won it. We play in the Haggans division. Let's see the last time the Big Ten West won the Big Ten.
100%. Speaking of the facts.
I think if I did my research correctly, they won it in like 2012 was like the last time.
Yeah.
That's over.
I agree.
Ago, so.
Hey, you speaking facts, dog. You speaking facts. But, man, Spence, we want to get right on the tour, man. So, man, come on, man. Rookie mini camp is in the books, man. OTAs in the books, man. So what was the most eye-opening thing for you, man, as a rookie coming in, man, coming through the process, man, from being in rookie minicamp, man, and going right to OTAs, bro? What, I think with a week off, with Guimond's like a week off. And then y'all go right into OTAs. Like, man, how was that on your body, man, and mentally you trying to grasp everything? How was that for you?
Yeah, so obviously, like, we come from the bowl game, and then you got, you start working out combine prep, and then I went to the Shrine Bowl. So my body ain't really had an off season. So hop in the, rookie minicamp. That was cool. It was a good 3 days, getting to learn the system a little bit. We installed kind of, base stuff, not getting too exposure because obviously, some guys are on a tryout basis, as Coach Tomlin reiterated. So obviously, you don't want to hand out the entire playbook then. But then after that weekend, it was kind of like get thrown in the fire. It's like, we got a lot of stuff going on. We got, we working out with the vets now, and they're miles ahead of us. They'll call a play. We're like, what's that again? Yeah, we're like, wait. I never heard of that. So, just me and Broderick having meetings with our O-line coach afterwards. Every day we meet with them. And, I say now we're up to speed, with everything after OTAs and then mandatory minicamp last week. I think that was last week. We had mandatory minicamp. And, I feel like now anything we call, I know it. But that's just a credit to, coaches and, me and Broderick just being dedicated in the
100%. 100%.
Because obviously, it's called. There's no hesitations.
That's the quickest way to get on the field. The more you know, the quicker you'll play, man. And that goes for the Steelers and any other organization that you may play for in the future, man. So don't lose that. Even when you know it, don't lose that hunger right there. But that's what's going to keep you in the league. So, like, what's the hardest thing you had to deal with so far, dog? What's the most challenging? Like, man, damn.
Hardest thing I had to deal with, I'll probably say just the tempo, I guess. When I first got there, I'm thinking, 100 miles an hour, like, like college almost. Like, you got to be like, pedal on the pedal, blah, 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 whatever the case is. But, I'm jogging to the next drill and guys like, look, slow down. I'm over here like, yeah. But it's a lot going on and it's a lot I got to take in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be where my feet are. And so, I mean, obviously, I guess trying to handle the balance of the speed. Cause like, when we're not in the team period or whatever, it's kind of, do your rep and then, kind of, take care of yourself, do your rep. But it's not like it's go, all right, good. Then it's all right, good. Then but it's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like, you got to find a way to like catch your breath in between that. And then once we get in the team, obviously, guys are way faster and, everybody's good at this level. In college, you kind of like, you line up, you hear a play called, you like, pass? All right, I'm good. Or you're like, oh, run play, I'm good. But it's like, oh, I heard a pass. I'm like, all right, I gotta lock in. I gotta get in my stance and locking him or whatever the case is. But probably just the speed of the game, in and out of practice, stuff like that.
Who was, when it comes to the defense, man, there's a lot of moving parts on the defensive line and things like that, man. And I know for me, my rookie year when I got there, man, who gave me a little run, man, was Cam Hayward. Have you had the opportunity to go against any savvy veteran yet in OTAs? You were just thrown in, for instance, you were just thrown into a rep because maybe a starter, or there's no starters right now, but some guy that's in front of you had a tie shoe. Spencer, go in, and boom, Cam Hayward, a million-year vet sitting right there, slob coming out his mouth.
Nah, I haven't had that moment yet, but I'm pretty sure it's coming up in Latrobe. Everybody's gonna be on 10 in Latrobe, as they should. So I'm gonna be too. I'm gonna try to be on 11. So,
man, that's the only way you can be, dog. You have the right mindset, man. And there's a lot of competition in that room, man. It's a lot of things can happen, man, for you, man. You just never know, man. As long as you keep that hunger, man, and keep that dedication, man, everything else is gonna fall in line for yourself. But man, that's crazy, Kaleb. I know you got some questions, man.
Yeah, my first question's kind of first, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you on and everything. Who's kind of been that veteran on the team with, you guys just knocked out minicamp? Who's kind of taken you under their wing? per se?
I'd probably say it's kind of interesting that you asked that. So like on draft day, it was kind of like James. James was the first player to reach out to me. Then it was Kenny, then Dan.
Mm-hmm.
They were the people that reached out to me on draft day. Welcome to the team, whatever. And James texted me like, if you ever need anything, you just let me know. Welcome to the team, stuff like that. And he kind of took me on his wing, like kind of the first like 2 weeks I was here. But I say now for the last however many weeks since that, it's been Chuks. Chuks is, we work together after practice. Chuks is always feeding me a little tidbits, whether I like it or not. He's always like just a tidbit for you, or just a little nugget of knowledge, or they're telling me if I'm doing something right, I'm doing something wrong. I feel like Chuks is definitely taking me under his wing because he's obviously he's been in it many, coming up 1 year, 6 I believe, and
about right. That's about right.
He's I think he's really underrated as a tackle in this game.
He's 100% underrated. Let's put a stamp on that. That's my guy. Not only because he's my guy, he's the best tackle in this game. He ain't get beat. He little boys Miles Garrett every year. Done deal. I ain't arguing with you, Twitter. I ain't arguing with any of you guys. That's done deal. He owns it.
I mean, I don't know about all of that. I ain't getting into all that.
You'll see it. You'll see it this year. You'll see it this year once you get your first year under the belt. You'll see it. And it gets to that divisional fights. Yeah.
Just like the technical stuff and, off the field too, talking about what to do, how to take care of your body.
Spencer.
Get better. He's like, he's like spans. And I'm like, what's up, Chuks? He's like, it's always something. I'm not obviously not gonna get into detail, but it could range from something as good as, hey, I like that, or like, what are you doing? But I like that because it's somebody who's being honest with me and
right,
not having that, as Coach Thompson says, not seeking comfort. So I'd rather
they still say that. Oh, wow.
I'd rather not seek that comfort and right. Hear it from Chuks and if I'm doing something wrong. So.
Standard is a standard.
Yeah, that James Daniels texting you right away kind of lines up with, as you know, we had Kevin on the show and everything like that, and we asked him who the leader of the room was, and he, to my surprise, I thought it was Mason Cole, but he said James Daniels, so that falls right in line with that. For him to be one of the first people to reach out.
I'd probably say either James or Isaac, because obviously Isaac's the oldest vet in the room. Isaac doesn't, Isaac's more of a lead by example kind of guy. He doesn't, he's not the most talkative, but you kind of look at him and you're like, okay, he's definitely like, you see why he's been in the game so long. Because, like, for example, we working out today and, we got workouts early in the morning as rookies, and he's in there before us. Yeah. And we're like, oh. There's Isaac, he's going in a year 8 or 9 or something like that, and it's like, guys played a lot of ball, and
and he's hungry. He's coming off Super Bowl loss too.
Yeah.
And then what was my next question going to be? In college, you played basically all along the offensive line. I mean, you played guard, center, and I believe you played tackle as well. Correct?
He's a dog.
So. To kind of relay that, I know this is probably the deepest the O-line room's been in years. Are you playing multiple positions on the O-line still? Like I know backup center is definitely something that needs to be looked at, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's always funny reading a bunch of not reading because I don't really pay attention to stuff, but people will send me stuff for obviously my parents still, kind of like, what's this about? Is this true? I'm like, you read what you want, but I mean, I'm not gonna get into any specifics, but I'm like, whatever. But I have worked on my snaps like post practice and whatnot, but right now mainly I've been taking right tackle reps and a little bit of guard too. Yeah. So I mean, pretty much everything.
The more you can do, man, the more you can do.
The more you can do. I mean, honestly, hey, I'm primarily focusing on tackle right now, but at the end of the day, still working on my snaps, still working on guard,
Spence, what is your biggest expectation going into Latrobe this year? What is your biggest expectation?
My biggest expectation is
for the team, and personally for yourself.
For the team, to build that Super Bowl culture, because obviously Super Bowls aren't won because of who's the most talented. Right. Sometimes it does, but most of the time it's built because teams have that mentality, have that culture, that player ran culture. Instead of coaches having to stop practice or intervene during practice and say, that was some bull or whatever the case is. If we can do that as players, that can take us to the next level. Obviously, me being young, I'm kind of just, observing and, not saying a whole lot because obviously, I don't know nothing compared to a lot of these vets. So, I'm just kind of soaking it in. But I feel like we're on the right trajectory and, building that culture definitely it'll take you farther than talent will a lot of times. And, for myself, obviously, making the 53 is obviously a goal of mine. Going into Latrobe, focusing, have my mind right, have my body in shape. As Coach Tomlin always says, physical conditioning precedes everything else. So,
well, he still said that. Oh my Lord, this is crazy. It's like wow. It feel like it was just yesterday hearing all that, man. It's like about going into preseason games. He's not lying, bro. Like they gonna call day one install, day one plays, and they just want to see how much you jump off on that screen to continue to do that, man. So, man, listen to what Mike T. He's giving me the blueprint, man, to success, man, to be this to continue to uphold that standard, man. And he gonna tell you right, man. And that's what's up, man. And it was something else on my mind. I was thinking. Go ahead, Kaleb. It was something on my mind. It was something funny too.
We'll kind of talk about off the field. I know the past few weeks you guys have had that weekly dinner with the O-line and Kenny Pickett's usually there. Are you guys going to continue that up to training camp?
Probably not because everybody's on their own vibe. Everybody's kind of working out or whatever, doing whatever on their free time. Before we go to Latrobe. So. Probably not, but obviously I'm having my phone on, keeping my phone on and whatnot. Looking out for any abrupt calls or text messages that if things change. So,
have any of the guys ever warned you yet about the rookie show that's gonna go down in Latrobe?
Nah.
Whoa, I'm sorry. Whoa, my bad. Anyway, Latrobe is a fun place to be at, my guy. It's a fun place to be, my guy.
Yeah, I've kind of hinted. I've heard like hints of it. Kind of. We're having like I've always heard of like the rookie talent show, but that's everywhere. So, but nobody said anything like, hey, make sure you have this prepared or that prepared because it's going to come up. So
don't worry, you'll trust me. You'll be fully ready when it's time to present your show. Anything alongside of that, man. I know we talk about 53, man. We all want to be 53, man. But if you happen to not make the 53, would that crush you, or would you look at it as a learning experience?
No, because I feel like with the work that I'm put in throughout camp and the goals I have set for myself, I feel like I'll live with the consequences, whatever that may be, whether good or bad. So,
bro, another thing
I'm not aiming for like failure or whatever. So,
100%. I will say this now, man. You have a stacked room. If something happened to go down that route and you end up being P-squadded, it's a learning experience. It gives you an opportunity to develop, man. And I feel like for myself, man, my rookie year, that P-squad year helped me develop from year one to year two, going against Cam Hayward every day in practice. Because when you're a starter, you only want to get a couple. You only want to get 7 shots with the defense and probably 1 good on good. The rest of it straight scout team. So my thing is you never want to get really, really good on good, ones versus ones. So my point is, man, if you actually go P-squad, you actually get the good on good every day. And I feel like that helped develop me into a hell of a guard because of the simple fact that going against Cam Hayward, Tyson Alou, all those guys over and over, man, and Stephon too, and those guys, man, beating the crap out of me, dog. Like, and it helped callous me up to be a great guard. So when I actually got my opportunity to play year two, mauling guys, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Because I didn't see that on the opposite team. You know what I mean? So I always say, man, whatever happens, make the best of the situation. So
Yeah, with you taking those reps at right tackle, you can see a lot of TJ.
I saw a lot of TJ at Bud back in the time, man. So yeah, man. So man, that's crazy, dog. So I know y'all this week y'all have a lot of things y'all do in the community. What's some of the things, man, you found the best that you've done in the community so far, man? In Pittsburgh,
I like what we did today. Actually, we went out to Charlie Batch's foundation,
okay.
I believe, and we went out there. We helped build these roller coasters out of like straws and like cardboard or whatever. We had like a group of kids. Everybody was split up in a team, so it was me and Broderick and a couple of kids. And
what's the good thing between you and Broderick? I keep hearing you and Broderick. I like that. Maybe one time, maybe down the line during the season, I can get you and Broderick together.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I was just with him about 30 minutes ago, but me and him, we stick together because obviously we're in the same position room and we're both rookies, so we obviously look at each other, to lean on each other or whatever. So, so we had a group of our kids, whatever. We did the little thing, and it got real competitive in there, and it was real fun with the kids. They obviously, kids like, can we get a picture? Obviously, because obviously if it was me in that case, I would want the same. And I know how it was growing up as a kid, looking up to NFL people like, oh my gosh, he plays in the NFL or whatever. But it's just good helping out in the community because obviously, people know what we can do on the field, but they don't know who we always are underneath the helmet. And it's always good getting your face out because I forgot who said the famous quote, but it always stuck with me throughout my football career. And it was like, if all I'm known for is being a good football player, then I've done poorly of a job as a man. So
that speaks a lot about you, dog. It speaks about your character and everything, man. That's good, man. You thinking more about your other people than yourself, dog. Because at the end of the day, bro, like football gonna end for all of us at one day, man. It's just getting started for you, so it's not gonna end no time soon, but it will end soon later one day. And you want to have relationships, man, that you can carry on after the game is over with, man. That you can always be able. You're gonna make all this good money, dog. If you don't have no one to share it with, man, meaning not just get your money away, but have a bit to share those moments with, man. You're gonna be a lonely guy, man. It's almost like you just nothing, bro. Like you was a good football player with no friends, nobody want to be around you. You was a horrible person. But man, I see the opposite in you, man. So that's good, dog. That's good. And man, if you ever see guys, man, keep pulling them along with you, dog. That's how you continue to make a great culture in Pittsburgh that people not only like as football players, but more so as people outside the community. So that's big, man. And I see that y'all on your Instagram, y'all did a youth impact. Y'all did a youth impact camp, man.
Yeah, we
man.
did.
How was that, man? I did that too as well. My rookie year, man. I did the youth impact.
Them little kids were trying to tear me up. I was holding the bag and we were teaching them simple, coming out of 3-point stance and fire off. And them kids were trying to tear me apart. One of them lifted the bag and tried to lift me with it.
Y'all went to the little hood and the little grungy part, huh? The little football field.
Yeah, I don't know where it was. I mean, the field was a little run down or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's all grass.
Yeah,
it was cool seeing them kids. They had a ball, and some of them. I let them get the better of me. And they felt accomplished. One kid came up to me. He's like, before he went, and he's like, fall over when I hit you. I'm like, what? and he hit me, so I kind of sold it or whatever. And he's like, that counts. And I'm like, wait, what? He goes back to the line. He's like, we bet $5 that whoever can knock you down first. I'm like, He's like, I appreciate it so much, Mr. Anderson. I'm like,
hey, it's all about making the kids' day, man. Because we all was one kid one day. We was all a kid one day, man. We was all one of those kids, man. So take me back to draft day, man. When you finally got your name called, man, what were some of the emotions going through? Just not only you, I know you sat there for three days, man, and tell me some of the emotions, man, you felt, man, right leading up to that moment, man. Did you even have an idea that you was about to get drafted or not?
Yeah, so obviously that day, emotions running high. Plenty of teams were calling, saying, oh, this, that, and the third, whatever the case was, and we're getting towards, the final round of the draft, and obviously the phone started picking up more and more, and teams reaching out, 49ers, Ravens, whoever it was. But, I mean, I had no clue that I was going to go to Pittsburgh until I was on the phone with Kansas City. And I remember Kansas City had to pick right before the Steelers. And Kansas City had told me they were going to go with me or a DB. If their DB didn't go off the board, if their DB went off the board, then they were going to go with me. And I remember I was on the phone with Andy Reid. I was talking to him, blah, 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 whatever. And he's like, just sit tight, whatever. I'm like, cool. So, I'm thinking, hopefully I see a DB get drafted. I forget where, though. Like a couple picks before that, a DB got drafted. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I'm up next.
I think that was him. And then it was like, okay, we keep going. And then the team before the Chiefs was on the clock, and I was still supposed to be staying on the phone with Andy Reid. And he's like, you're a heck of a player, all of that stuff. Just sit this one out for me, just sit here, hold tight. Was still waiting. There was like 3 more teams up before the Chiefs picked. And then I got a call from Omar. I got a call from a 412 number. And I was like, I'm like, hello? He's like, hi, Omar Khan. How you doing? I'm like, what's going on? He's like,
I love it.
Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and that's when I'm like, hold on. I put it on speaker, and I'm like, and my family's like, hold on, wait, what's going on? And then puts me on the phone with Coach Tomlin. He's like, hey, man, versatility's your calling card. And yada, 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 so we're going to go ahead and submit you with our next pick. And I'm like, no way. And I was just like,
wow.
Like, whoa, like, this is crazy. And this was like way before they were on the clock. And the Chiefs weren't even on the clock yet. And so I hung up. I obviously hung up on Andy Reid. And then all of a sudden, I believe his name was Nick Jones. I remember watching it on the board. On draft day, Nick Jones went right before me. I think if you go look it up, Nick Jones went right before me, and I was like, I guess they took him because I hung up. But I was like, oh well. But I had already like 3 picks before that. Like I was already on the phone with Omar, and they told me they were going to send me with the next pick. So obviously it was good to hear my name called. Forever etched in the history books. But obviously you always feel like you could go higher. You feel like
100%.
You could always be this, be that, but right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm here, and the work still has to be put in, whether you first round or undrafted free agent, or even a mini cam guy. And I mean, the work still has to be put in, and nothing's ever handed out to you. So
100%.
I'm blessed for the experience, and it's been cool here in Pittsburgh.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, you're part of a stacked draft class this year. I think everybody that D and I talked about leading up to the draft are guys that we went out and get. I think everybody knew the Steelers were going to get Joey Porter Jr. Not in the second round, but we knew we were going to get him. Nick Herbig was another one. We were pounding the table for Darnell Washington.
I love Darnell.
And then me personally, when you were picked – when you were picked,
hey, we need you. We need you to get. By the way, get Darnell too.
When you were picked, I didn't know too much about you,
bro. I jumped. I was like, my God. I was like, hey, he was something like me. Let's go. I was like, man. So man, I was proud for you and Jalen Duncan, man. Y'all boys both went to both of my teams, man. I left the Titans. He went right to the Titans, and you went to the Steelers. I was like, wow, look at that.
Jay's having a ball in Tennessee.
Oh, trust me, I saw Sam 2 weeks ago, and I saw Sam. Trust me, I saw him. Wow.
And then you were talking about off the field, you want people to know who you are as a person. And I think that's kind of, why D and I wanted to start this podcast together. So for the opportunities when we can get guys like you or, former players or any player really, it gives us a chance to let everybody know who they are as a player, as a person, and everything like that. So
yeah, man. Like I said, man, this podcast is something that always been on my heart, man. Even when I was in school, bro, doing podcasts, and I never know I was going to do sports podcasts, never know I was going to do Steeler podcast. This just came out of nowhere for me. But, man, like I told people, man, I just hate to see some of these podcast people out here that try to shed negative light on athletes, bro. Like, I want athletes to be able to create a name for themselves. You new to the city of Pittsburgh. You new to the South Side. Who is Spencer Anderson? No one knows. So we need some type of platform for guys that's not a first-round draft pick to be able to come out here and say, bro, this is what I like to do, bro. I love to be in the kids. I love to go to Youth Impact Cast. I love to go mess with Charlie Batch Foundation and, you know what I'm saying, build straws and fall over and all that stuff for the kids. And, you know what I mean, all that, bro, because that all speaks about your character and who you are outside of a football player. You know what I'm saying? So when you do make that bad play on the field or something like that, people know that, oh, man, Spencer never do that. He works too hard. Something had to go wrong. People are always on your side. You know what I mean? So, man, that's why I was happy that you could come on, man, and just chop it up with us, man, and just build your brand, man, because it started about building your brand starts now, man. And, man, Spencer Anderson, man, it's a brand now, bro. Like, your name got called, man. I mean, you're on the South Side, you're a pro now, dog, and that's the way you got to live your life now, like a pro, man. So, yeah, man, I'm excited you came on, man. What's one thing you want people to know, man, about you, dog, that you can't Google or you can't search about you?
That's a good question. I've never asked that. I want people to know. Man. I'm a brutally honest guy. Brutally honest guy. I love hearing the truth. Everything that I say, it might not come off the best way, but it's always the truth. And, I would want that from other people. And, man, I don't know. I'm stuck. I'm trying to think of things that behind me.
Quick question. Are you an Xbox guy or PlayStation guy?
I feel like there's only one right answer to this: PlayStation.
Oh no! The pod stops here, bro. The pod stops here. That will be the headline of this story. Spence Anderson does not play Xbox. He will not be allowed to any events. Man,
PlayStation all day.
PlayStation, man. So Call of Duty just came out, man. I know that's something that before I get to Call of Duty, this about to be your first year on Madden. Dog, I know you got to be seriously, jumping off the wall right now. First time on Madden.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I was actually playing it the other day, the Madden 24 beta. I was playing it right before I got on this podcast, actually.
Wow.
I was playing it, and I saw myself on there. I'm like, this is surreal because, obviously growing up.
It had your picture on there and everything, man.
Yeah, you're like, man. I used to dream about this, and it's not actually on Madden, but
it's not creative player anymore.
No, it's not.
Well, let me start. Well, for me, it was always been a creative player because even my stats ain't look right, so I still had to go in and add some stats. So my speed was like a 40. I was like, no, I'm an 88. Come on, stop it, stop it. Let me go ahead and add it.
88 speed is crazy.
Man, Call of Duty just dropped, man. So new map, new everything, man. You a big Call of Duty guy?
I am. I was actually playing it yesterday and earlier. Me and Broderick was playing that earlier, actually.
We gotta set this quads up. We gotta set this crossplay up for you, PS2 guys, or PS1 guys.
Dreamcast.
Better set this crossplay up some kind of way. I hit Broderick up right after this. See if he's trying to run some crossplay with Xbox next. Yeah, and PlayStation 1.
I don't think Atari does crossplay though. I don't think it does.
Oh, you must be an Xbox guy too, huh?
Yeah.
100%.
No.
PlayStation. Yeah, that's lit, man. Well, man, Spence, man, we're at our 30-minute mark, man. I don't want to keep you too long, man. I know you and Broderick got a lot of fun, cool things to do together. But I'm going to let you go, man. Yeah. Man, what you want to add, man?
Phone up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, take me out, man. What you want to last remarks, man, you want people to know, man?
To the city of Pittsburgh, thank you for welcoming me, but it's time to get to work. And, it's only the beginning, and hopefully it'll be great years to come.
For sure. And y'all heard it from the man himself,
the Turk.
Yes, of course.
The Turp himself.
One more thing. Do the Steelers need to go back to block numbers permanently? On the jersey.
No comment.
No,
No comment.
On that note, Pittsburgh, we love you. It's a great episode with my dog Spence, and we out. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
For sure.